guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been such a long time. It's been like over a year, I think close to 2 years that I haven't been uploading. I haven't even been creating any kind of makeup look. I've just been super busy with getting back on track with school, getting back on track with work. I was in Colorado for like 6 months last year, so that kind of threw me off. I'm gonna try to upload at least once a week. I plan on uploading like every Wednesday, but let's see how it goes. But yeah, this is pretty much a cut crease that a lot of my friends have been asking me like to do a tutorial on, just because they feel like they try. I always tell them just follow my steps, but they said that they need a visual, so this is for all you ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so let's jump into it. Alright, so I always start off with my eyebrows, no matter what. I've been using this like brow, what's it called? Pomade or whatever, and it's the Milani Stay Put brow color in the color medium brown, so it's like a 03. I don't know if you guys can see it or whatever. And then it also comes with like a little angled brush. I don't know where the spoolie went. Okay, so now that my brows are done, well, filling them in, I'm gonna carve them out, clean them up, whatever you want to call it, with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 08. And the brush that I'm going to be using is a Wet n Wild like flat brush. Sorry that it looks so rough. I treat it kind of rough. After I finish concealing or carving my brows, I use the Urban Decay, oh my god, I can't speak! I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, the original one. Alright, now for this look, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to be using eyeshadow number 7. Okay, so the next shadow I'm going to be using is the shadow number 12, and I'm going to be using like a small detailed smudge brush, and all I'm going to be doing is adding the eyeshadow into the crease. I'm not going to be blending it out just yet. I'm going to be blending out that shadow with this bigger fluffier brush, same by Morphe. Okay, now the last shadow that I use, the shadow number 3, and I use it with a small angled brush from Wet n Wild. Now again, I'm just gonna add the product to the crease, but not blend it out completely. I'm going to be using the exact same concealer and the exact same brush that I used to carve my brows. So pretty much what you do is you add a little bit of concealer on your lash line, and you look up, roll your eye a little bit, and there you go. Now you have a line, and that's where you just follow that line. Can we just appreciate for like a few seconds, like it went from this to this, like, you see that? You see how clean that blend is? Stick with me. You'll be looking like this all the time. Alright guys, so now that I'm done with the eye makeup for now, I'm going to start on my face makeup. So for my first primer, I use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Base Hydrating Primer. It's a really long name, but it's this one. And don't get any wrong ideas on what it looks like. I know what it looks like. Just keep your comments to yourself. Anyways, so I just blended in. And I blended down to my neck and like behind my ear as well. Okay, so for the second primer, I mainly use this on like my under eyes, forehead, and the chin, so pretty much the T-zone. And I use it because I wear glasses, so this kind of helps mattify my under eyes, and it keeps the makeup from like my eyes, forehead, chin from moving a lot. So for foundation, I use the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer in the shade Creamy Vanilla. Okay, now for concealer, I use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C3. So now for my contour or bronzer or whatever, I use bronzer as a contour. I use the Ulta Beauty Bronzer Glowing Radiant Finish. I can't speak. I don't know why. In the shade Warm. And then I use an angled brush from Morphe. And I don't like add a bunch on the brush. I just kind of build up as I go because it's a pretty strong bronzer. If you go overboard, well, yeah. To bake, I use the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Banana, and I pretty much put it anywhere that I added concealer or where I want more definition in my contour, like a clean line. So now while I bake, I add my highlight, and I use a fan brush, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Strobe Highlighter in the shade Gold Addict. Sorry guys, I think this is like an ad video for Makeup Revolution and Morphe, to be honest. Like the same brush that I used to carve my brows, I use a similar one, just like a different one, the same one, to highlight my brow bone. Now to dust off all like the excess powder, I just use like a big powder brush from Morphe as well. Okay, so now for the lower lash line, I pretty much do the exact same thing that I did for the cut crease. The lashes that I'm using are in the style Grand Gala by the brand Kiss. And last but certainly not least, setting spray. I use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Okay guys, I'm gonna really quick just do my hair, change, take some pictures, and I will be right back. And there you guys have it. Yes.